Hello everybody, I'm Dan Hayek with Matt Doyle here for the final scouting report of the year. We're looking ahead to MLS Cup 2012 between the LA Galaxy and Houston Dynamo. Like always, the question for Houston is 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. Matt, how do you see it?
Yeah, it's become the question of the year for the Dynamo in 2012. I actually think Dom Kinnear should go in the 4-3-3. I think playing two attackers wide will pin Todd Donovan and Sean Franklin back. And if you pin Sean Franklin and Todd Donovan back, LA becomes much easier to handle on the break, leaving it almost exclusively up to Robbie Keane and Landon Donovan. Still not easy, but more manageable. So I would hope, if I was a Dynamo fan, for Kalen Carr in there on the left, maybe Matt Kanji, Boniek Garcia on the right, Will Bruin, of course, in the center. The other thing that this does, it would give them numbers up in the midfield. It would give Rico Clark, Brad Davis, and Adam Moffat just a pure numbers advantage over the LA Galaxy central midfielder. And if you hold possession in that lineup, you're going to create a lot more chances.
On March to the Match yesterday, you mentioned that you think that the Dynamo should go with a high line against the Galaxy. But doesn't that leave them open to a very potent counterattack?
Yeah, it does. It's our good buddy Greg Lala says it's the best counterattack in MLS history. I still say the 98 Fire, but LA is right up there. And I mean, we've seen it. The counterattack goal that Keane had against San Jose, you saw it happen as soon as Simon Dawkins lost the ball 100 yards from goal. LA is that good on the counter, but you know what? They're good everywhere. And Dom Kinnear knows this, and you have to say, I'm going to play to my team's strengths, and I'm not going to worry about theirs. We're just going to outplay the Galaxy. And in this season, the Dynamo's strength has been possession. They have scored some of the longest buildups of the year, and there's no reason to think they can't do it in MLS Cup.
Finally, of course, it is David Beckham's final game with the Galaxy. He and his central midfield partner, Juninho, both lethal from distance. Is that something Dynamo have to be sure to protect against?
If they're not aware of that, then there's a good chance they'll get burned. These are maybe the two best in the league at scoring absolute bombs. Adam Moffat's not bad either for the Dynamo, but the way LA has done it, which is pretty remarkable, is they've scored a lot of these after long buildups. They had one against Portland this year. It was a 14-pass sequence, and then Beckham from 30 yards. So they can do it off of set pieces, they could do it off of long buildups, they could do it off of clearances. Marcelo Sarvas had one from outside the box. So really, that type of thing has opened up so much room for Keane and Donovan. It really is a pick-your-poison thing for Dom Kinnear. Bruce Arena is going to know that much as well. The two best coaches in MLS history, certainly MLS playoff history, going head-to-head again. It's going to be great.
Yeah, well, we'll get to see it unfold on Saturday, kicking off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Here in the States, you can watch it on ESPN and Telefutura, and in Canada, it's on TSN and RDS.